night to Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Those of you listening locally, regionally, internationally. Of course, once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott, here with you until the 10 o'clock hour. And we are live on We Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn. On the YouTube, on Talking Points GND, yeah? And on Facebook on Talking Points Grenada or Talking Points. Also live via the various New National Party associated pages. It's our final program for the week. Unless you know the bug bite me and I walk in studio tomorrow. You know me already. The truth and the light is all powerful. Jehovah El Shaddai. Jesus is the Alpha and Omega. Beginning and the end, it is forever. He's the way, the truth and the light. He is all powerful. Jehovah El Shaddai. Oh, oh. Jesus is the Alpha and Omega. Beginning and the end, it is forever. He's the way, the truth and the light. He is all powerful. Jehovah El Shaddai. Glory be to God in the highest. Hallelujah. Oh, glory be to God in the highest. Hallelujah. Everybody sing hallelujah. Hallelujah. To He the praise. Hallelujah. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. All of a sudden, yeah, my voice is sort of low. I'm picking it up too, yeah. So I'm trying to see how I sort that out because, yeah, I don't know what happens there. Yeah, I'm seeing that my voice has gone a bit low. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening there. I find my voice is a bit low tonight. Yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes this thing just happens like that. Yes, indeed. But I hope you all are hearing me okay, pretty okay now. I am not sure. Let me know if you all are hearing me okay right now. Yeah, let me know. Let me just run this song. Let me know if you're hearing me okay now. Okay, I'm seeing the messages much better now. Nice, all right. Sometimes I think it's what device you're listening on, but tonight, even I myself realized that there was something up there. So saying a special good night to all of you on the Facebook. I see my St. Lucian squad. I see you in the mix, yeah? Welcome safely. Good night to you, Sandra Joseph, over there in St. Lucia. Agnes Henry, Ruth Chitterman, Christine Otley, Elizabeth Douglas, Rick English, Cindy Thomas, Veronica Lewis, hey, Fadu, Kim Creedland, Christine Adams, Jack Hitman. So in order to maintain power against the very forces of nature, they need to have... Nice, you see, I get a WhatsApp message there now. Very good, my brother. Nice, right, good. But they're not afraid. Bernadette Joseph, Janice Mitchell, Olive Mitchell, Desiree Joseph, John Mark, Kathleen Knights, Barbara Henry, Liza Bernard, Christine Alexander, enslave himself to a man just Claude Abraham. Claude, what's up, man? Michelle Alexander, Rodney Barry, Anna Lewis, Dominic Leroy, Marilyn Panchu,
Just as the longest road
Kathy Albert, how are you? You're dancing? Okay.
the evil works.
Yes, Red Girl Pascal, Gosville, Chris, well, yeah, Herbert Noré, Anastasia Peterson, Baby Daddy, Jackie Raymond, Dolores Redhead, Sky, Marilyn Ferguson, good night to you, my dear. Sherma, Jeremiah, and Zayla, Alan Jones, and Zoe. Wait, today is Zoe. Happy birthday to you, Zoe. Uncle can sing. That sing happy birthday to you. But we go make up that in a few days. Don't worry. Gavin Thomas, what's up, bro? Shrajan John, Deborah Laborde, and Andrew Zerald Bonaparte, Vanessa Laji. Come on, folks. I want to see the likes going up. Yeah, we keeping the likes over 200 on a nightly basis now,
But whoa.
Gemma Warwood, Agnes Henry, Alban. Yes, you, Alban Harris, good night. And Kathleen Nedlow, Faithful and Holly Douglas, Phyllis Mitchell. Yeah, today's been one of those busy days, boy. What? Ashma Charles, Gillian Noel, Listra Abraham.
Because they want to please their employers and their bosses by victimizing their neighbor because today their party is in power. I see, but they know what.
And Keda Joseph, I see you on the Facebook. Keda, sort your exam. Go and study. Keda Joseph, back to your books. Gillian Prescott, Laslyn Douglas, Gillian St. Louis, Donna Langdon, Errol Bonaparte, Roses Lewis, good night to you. Maureen Samuel, what again now, Matthew? Maureen Samuel, Maudlin Bartholomew, Leslie James, Ingrid Bourne, Cynthia B. I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful night tonight. Relish, Joan Henry, Peter Stryker Lewis, Laslyn Douglas, yeah, Errol Bonaparte. Good night to you, my cousin Levine. Nesta St. Clair, Norma Noel, Francis George, Velma Pascal, Betty Ann Murray, Nicole Alexander, Landon Jane, Norma Roberts, Wallen Aquat, McLean Mitchell, Esther Peters, Histon Augustine, Cicely Celestine, Tegwa,
So to the
Diana Romney,
of evil men found to soon to.
Ingrid Bourne, I see you, Agatha Debole, Winnie Simon. Yeah, all of you on the live, we say a special good night to you. For those of you looking on your televisions, those of you listening via your laptops, your tablet device, your mobile phones, whether you're on iPhone, Android, whatever it is, we say a special good night to you. And those who listening on the neighbor song system, yes, because we know some of the neighbors put it up so you could get to hear. Nice, beautiful.
If they feel that they could cross a deal, but whoa,
So we had to discuss something kind of important tonight, you know.
who comes quickly, man? Who comes quickly? Yeah.
And I think we're going to start to discuss it one time because I'll tell you this, it's that important. Now, earlier today, a good friend of mine tapped me and they said, when I say tap, they didn't tap my phone or something. Like when I say tap, they informed me that they saw an article on NBC, the American News Network, and said article, let me see if I can bring it up here. This is the said article that they brought up. The incoming Trump administration plans to deport some migrants to countries other than their own. All right. And the article published today, the 5th of December 2024 at 7 a.m. Yeah, the article says the following. The incoming Trump administration is preparing a list of countries to which it may deport migrants when their home countries refuse to accept them, according to 3 sources familiar with the plans. The countries include, but may not be limited to, Turks and Caicos, the Bahamas, Panama, and Grenada. The sources said the plans could mean that thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of migrants would be permanently displaced in countries where they do not know any of the people or the language and have no connection to the culture. It is not clear if the migrants would be allowed to legally remain to work and live in the countries to which they are deported. It is also not known what kind of pressure, either economic or diplomatic, the Trump transition is applying to countries to get them to agree, or might apply once President-elect Trump is inaugurated in January. Right? In 2019, during Trump's first term, he sent migrants to Guatemala as part of an agreement with that country to accept people from other countries seeking asylum in the United States. Under that policy, asylum seekers who had recently crossed into the U.S. were put on a plane to Guatemala without knowing where they were going. According to reporting by NBC News and others at the time, the practice continued through early 2020, though on a relatively small scale, and was halted during the pandemic. The American Civil Liberties Union and other pro-immigrant rights groups sued the Trump administration over the policy. That lawsuit is still pending in federal court. We sued over this type of policy during the first Trump administration because it was illegal and put asylum seekers at grave risk. Lee Gelernert, a lawyer with the ACLU's national office, told NBC News. Migrants who come from Venezuela, Cuba, China, and other countries that are reluctant to accept back people who have immigrated to the United States have long posed an issue for U.S. authorities, who are barred by federal court orders from indefinitely detaining them. As a result, many migrants from those countries end up released into the United States, even if a judge has ordered them deported. The plan to deport some migrants whose home countries are reluctant to accept them to third-party countries where they may have no connection would be a way for the new Trump administration to work around that issue, as it creates what Trump has promised will be the largest deportation operation in American history. Yeah, folks? Montu, good night. So you all understand what I just read, huh? You all understand the context of what I have just read for you all. The Trump administration intends to deport people who are not Grenadians. If you're deporting Grenadians back to Grenada, that is one thing. Yeah, if you're deporting Grenadians, people who might not necessarily have been born Grenadians, but their parents were Grenadians, or they went to the U.S. when they were children or something like that, and you say you're deporting them back, even if they went when they were just a few months old, and you say you're deporting them back to Grenada, that's one thing. But in this instance, that is not what they're talking about. Not that there will not be an attempt to deport many Grenadians back to Grenada as well. That may very well happen. But you're speaking here of folks who are not Grenadian, but you're looking to come and dump them in Grenada. So we're becoming the Trump dump. That's basically what they're looking at some of our Caribbean islands for. So the government of the Turks and Caicos, they have come out forcefully and said that ain't happening. They said no way, that not happening. They're not accepting. They have gotten into no agreement. They have not accepted. The Bahamas has done the same. Mexico has done the same. Grenada, crickets. Let me check. Let me see if they put out anything between when I walk into the studio and now. Let me see if they have put out anything between when I walked to the studio. I got into the studio and now, and I still see nothing. Nothing there. No. I still see nothing from the government of Grenada saying that they have received a request and that they are not going to do that. Seeing all other things there, but not seeing anything from the government of Grenada that is saying that they will not accept that. Yeah? So again, and they will be in office by the 20th of January. The Trump administration is saying that they are going to create a Trump dump. So they're going to dump all of these people that they're trying to send back to China, but China is refusing to take them back. They're going to dump them in Grenada. The people that they're trying to dump back in some of the, like Cuba and Venezuela, and the people who want to go, they would dump them here. But remember, you have other countries too. Yeah? You have countries, Middle Eastern countries, African countries, Pacific countries. You have various countries that may not be willing to accept certain people. Because remember as well that the vast majority of people that you're speaking about here are not necessarily law-abiding citizens that would in the United States and making a way for themselves. What you're speaking about here, in a lot of instances, are criminal elements. If you listened to different aspects of the Trump campaign, they were saying specifically, those who find themselves on the wrong side of the law, they are going to, after they serve their time or so, they're going to get them out of the country. So suppose you have a serial rapist, their country refuses to take them. Guess where they're coming? A person who has committed multiple murders, they're not an American citizen, they've completed their time, and they have to be released. Their country refuses to take them based on their criminal record or the danger that they would pose to their people. Guess where they're coming? A person has been involved in terrorist activities. They're released by the United States. That individual, their country refuses to allow them to re-enter. Guess where they're coming? And we are yet, and this was released 7 o'clock this morning. I'm pretty sure that the present administration is very aware of what is being said. As I've said, the Bahamian government had come out and said, no way. Mexico has come out and said, no way. Turks and Caicos, who have also been mentioned, have come out and said, no way. We are yet to hear anything from the government of Grenada on this issue. I don't know if they put something in nightly news. I wasn't home, so let's hear.
President-elect Donald Trump has promised the, quote, largest deportation operation in American history when he returns to office next month.
And now we're starting to get some insight into what that might look like. NBC News has exclusively learned that the incoming Trump administration plans to deport some migrants to countries other than their own country of origin, if those countries won't accept them. That could mean thousands of migrants are permanently displaced in countries where they don't know anyone, maybe not even the language. NBC News Homeland Security correspondent Julia Ainsley joins us now from Washington. Julia, this is your reporting. What more do we know about this plan from the upcoming Trump administration?
Well, this is the workaround the Trump administration currently has to try to get around the problem that a lot of migrants from countries like Venezuela, Cuba, even some from China aren't being taken back by their home countries. And so this is a plan to take migrants from countries like those and send them to places like Turks and Caicos, the Bahamas, Panama, and Grenada. We also understand they'd like to send them to Mexico. That's one of the reasons why Trump is threatening to raise tariffs by 25% on Mexican goods. But they're still working out a lot of these details. We understand they've reached out to these countries, but right now it's not clear if they've gotten any agreements from them. In fact, there's some pushback already from the Bahamas and from Mexico about these plans, Kate.
And Julia, these countries that could be receiving migrants would, of course, need to agree to this arrangement. So is there an incentive for them? Why would they be on board with this?
Well, oftentimes we've seen from Trump it's a matter of stick, not carrot, like those tariffs I mentioned in Mexico. We know a lot of these countries are incredibly dependent on the U.S. economy and U.S. tourism. There are ways that they could try to pressure them. We've already heard, though, from the Bahamian Prime Minister today, Philip Davis, who said that he was contacted by the Trump transition, and he firmly said no, that the Bahamas does not have the resources to support something like this. Whether or not the U.S. decides to provide those resources, that remains to be seen China. That's not something that I've heard about yet, but we know that they have this list and they're working on pressuring these countries specifically, Zincle, to try to take more migrants, even migrants who might not speak the language or be able to work inside those countries.
Julia Ainsley with that exclusive reporting. Thank you so much.
Now, this is something that I think each and every Grenadian is supposed to be concerned about. And I know that the new National Party, for instance, is very concerned about the possibilities of this situation. Yeah? Is very concerned. And I think we are all waiting right now to hear. Yeah, we are all waiting to hear. No, my friend, somebody said they didn't say Grenada, they said Grenada. No, the reporter said Grenada, but the thing showed Grenada. It's not Grenada in Spain. They're speaking about Grenada here, right? Yeah. You know, many of the U.S. people mispronounce our country's name. So the thing is that we have not heard from this administration a single word as to whether because the report says that the government of Grenada has been approached. We all know that the Minister of Foreign Affairs has been an invisible man of late. We are not seeing him. We are not hearing from him or of him. So he has been a very invisible individual as of late. Well, since they come into office really, but especially as of late. We are not getting reports on any meetings that he's having. We are not getting reports on any bilaterals, etc. In fact, the Prime Minister, who is not the Minister of Foreign Affairs, is the one out there going and do this and do that and so on. And we are not hearing of or from our Minister of Foreign Affairs, which I think has to concern each and every one of us, especially with what we're hearing now. And considering, because in the case of the Turks and Caicos Islands, there's a situation where just a couple months ago, the government in the dark of night hurriedly passed a bill, an asylum bill, which basically can be used to do this. That bill can be used to do this. Here in Grenada, we know that the Samoa agreement was signed, isn't it? After they tell us it ain't signed and it was signed and so, we may have to go through that agreement to see if there's any clause, any section inside of there that may be used by the Trump administration to make Grenada the Trump dump. We have to know from our government, and Talking Points is making that call tonight on this administration to come clean with the Grenadian people. One, did the incoming Trump administration or the existing Biden administration, officials from either or maybe both, have you had any contact from the United States as regards this particular issue? If so, what has been the response of the island of Grenada, inclusive of the wards of Carriacou and Petit Martinique? What has been our response? The Grenadian people deserve to know. Is only 100,000 of us in this territory? Is 100,000 of us here? So if you come and you drop a 40,000 or 50,000, you are going to change our culture, change our demographic. You're going to change Grenada. So we need to know what is happening. Yeah? We need to know what our government has to say, and watch. All you better be in office writing that release right now. We need to know what our government is saying as a response to this particular issue, which I believe is indeed one of the more serious issues that we've heard for the year 2024. Because it involves our existence as Grenadians again. Is only 100,000 of us. We even make We even make 150,000. We ain't even sure we reach there. It's 100,000 of us, and many of us does be off the island at any point in time because we like to travel. We are people that like to go and make life all over the world. So we need to know what is the situation from the government of Grenada. Has anyone If anyone has seen a release or you've heard anything, let us know. Because we have not seen or heard. Again, I've heard the government in the Turks and Caicos. I've seen a release from them. I've also seen a release from the opposition in Turks and Caicos. You've heard in the release there, in the news item there, you heard that the Bahamas has said that they were approached and they said that they are not in a position to be able to cope with that. You want to deport hundreds of thousands of people. So how many even if you're sending 5,000 to Grenada? That's a serious number when you're talking about the island of Grenada. Number one, where are you going to house them? Are these people coming to take up 5,000 jobs in the state of Grenada, or are they coming here to become a burden on the state of Grenada? Is it me and your tax dollars that are going to have to pay for the upkeep of these people when they get here? Or are we going to allow them to wallow in self-pity and poverty until they start getting involved in criminal activities which endanger all of us? Because we don't know if it's people that El Salvador don't want back who belong to MS-13. We don't know if it's people that belong to the triads that China doesn't want back, or the Yakuza. We don't know. So we need a response from our government. We have a caller online.
Sheldon.
Yes, my dear.
Good night.
Well, I ain't too sure it's good now because you hear that kind of news there. I ain't too sure it's good.
Sheldon, I'm laughing tonight. I'm laughing. You know I'm laughing?
I don't laugh in that one, Nagia.
I'm wondering if my sisters, Julie and Miriam, are listening to you and what they will say about me. Only last night I called the program and I said, moon does run, but daylight does catch up with it. And you can only keep a cock underwater if you intend to stay down with it, Sheldon. Only last night I said that. We need answers now. We need answers. Let's wait and see what we will hear. That's all I'll say tonight, Sheldon. Good night.
All right, my dear. I am quite interested in what the government has to say, but you see, there's a certain level within my mind, and there's a certain level of mistrust of the NDC administration, and I'll tell you why. They just lie bad. They just lie bad. They're telling you things don't sign and things sign. Now, I am pretty interested in, I have to go over the document. I have to find it. I don't know where I hid it, but I have to find back that document, and I have to go over the document now and see if there are any clauses inside there that allow for this sort of thing to take place, because I know there's all kind of things inside there. We've got a caller online. Hello, good night.
Fadu, salute.
Hey, Fadu, what's up?
Just thinking about some of the conversations we had, and it seems like we predicting stuff, mate. Or we just doing we're using a lot of analytical skills,
bro,
to put some things together. All right, so
and somebody just making a point here, Dr. Colette, she's making a point here, which is a very valid one. So remember, we already have a set of people that are Grenadian citizens, more than ever, by CBI.
Mm-hmm.
And after you have a bunch by CBI...
For some reason, there's a lag.
Oh, you're not hearing me? You're not hearing me, Derek? Well,
yeah,
you go ahead.
It's sounding very distorted on my end.
Okay, well, you go ahead then.
No, well, I'm not... Okay. All right, first, the impromptu trip to... What was it? The place?
Nigeria?
In Africa? Say again?
Nigeria?
No, not Nigeria. There was an impromptu one when one was flagged for travel movement because of some outbreak. So he went to a different place.
Yeah, he was going to Rwanda and he ended up in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah.
So right now it have me thinking who else was on that flight log since he moved in secret. Most of the funding that the government has been talking about is donations from what group of individuals or a prior location, innit?
Mm-hmm.
So the trade-off with moving locals to certain spots allocation of lands, it seems like all of this is premeditated. It seems like there's more. I mean, you know what? Let me not jump the gun. Let's wait to see what happens.
Well, we
could
jump
make
the gun.
conclusion
We
there. But I
speculate.
think the government is not paying attention to the fact that Greens don't like to be manipulated. Is one thing they could say, you make a mistake, they might forgive you. Even if they cuss you out, they'll forgive you, they'll let it pass. They see if they manipulate it, it's a different kind of energy. I hope they're paying attention to that, fam. Because it seems like, as I say, it's gentrification. Mm-hmm. And if all the stuff that's been going on, the money's not being accounted for, the late-term budget plans, you know what's crazy? I heard the a card at NIS now. It's $75, not $10 again.
Yeah, 75. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what, a $65 difference.
Mm-hmm.
That is food. That is food for a week, depending on where you're working. That is school fees and bus fees for children for a week, depending on where they're going. You might get a little bit of groceries for that, some fruits. So think about that. The $150 that's been taken out from the seeding program. Where is all that money? You know what I mean? Accumulating to go. If you understand what I'm saying, it seems like it's a premeditated thought to salvage what you could salvage for when that time comes, or when a time comes for, because it didn't. I hear the PM say he used to pick up cocoa, you know, and it nothing been done for the farmers. He said he used to pick up cocoa one basket. Internationally, he ain't acting like anybody. Mud just touch his foot in it. Fado, I'm gonna take up much air time.
No, you go ahead, because I know it had the lag. That's why I'm just letting you go ahead.
Grenada, pay attention.
Yes, indeed. All right, my brother.
Silas.
You have a good one. No, as it had the lag, I was just letting you go ahead. Yeah, Fadu. No, I'm saying that I am very concerned. Very, very concerned with those news articles that are passing. I saw it in the Latin Times as well, and one or two other publications. And I for one, am extremely concerned. It's not that Grenadians are not a helpful people, not that we're not a friendly people and so on. Yeah? But we all, I think, have to be concerned in a situation like this. I've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon, good night. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm quite fine. How you doing?
Not too good, man.
Hey, I just make out the voice. St. Patrick. The boss himself, man.
I know you're surprised.
Yeah, man. I knew you for a little while.
Because of a very unfortunate incident I had this afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
I was forced to make that call, Sheldon. Unfortunately, at my home this afternoon, that's just around 4 o'clock, bordering 4 o'clock, my little 2-year-old grandson fell from a window from the house.
Ooh.
2 years old. And myself and my wife that were home at the time. And well, we did what we had to do hurriedly, and took him to the health center at Sotez. On reaching there, the facility was closed. The nurses' quarters were closed, locked up. The only person we met there was the security, a female. So I asked her if the nurses have already gone. She said yes, but there is one inside of the building, inside of the medical center. But it was locked up. So she came and she knocked on the door. She knocked, no one responded. She went around to another door and she knocked and knocked. No one responded. Then she asked me if I know the number of the building, of the health center. I said yes. She said, well, call. Maybe she might come and take the call. We called, the phone rang and rang and rang until it went out. So she said, well, you may have to go down down Sutter Street and see if we find a doctor. So we went back into the vehicle with the child
and again, one second, I'm trying to confirm again.
Doctor normally attends. On arrival there, she had already.
And I'm trying
So
to
we say, well,
confirm what time.
we have no choice. We're going to Grenville, and if possible, maybe on to Maribor. But we called the child's mother and told her of the situation. She works in the public bank. So she told us she will be waiting for us. So, leave Sutton's coming back up now. As we reached by the same health center, Sheldon, the nurse was coming out from inside the health center. So I had to stop for she to come out. I put out my hand and trying to stop the nurse, Sheldon, and calling out, nurse, nurse, nurse. Sheldon, that was the worst experience I had. The nurse just drive on straight. She don't watch my direction, and she set her face like turning at traps. So I said to myself, I said, so that's not the job for these people and them because they don't care about people, you know. A little 3-year-old child, you know. She was coming out and I put out my hand and I stopped flagging her. Nurse, nurse, she just put her head straight. She didn't look in my direction and she went off. So we went on to Grenville. We checked the doctor there. The doctor, he knows me very well, and he asked me if she's my grandchild. I told him yes. He examined the child, and then he said, well, he called the ambulance. So the ambulance will come here and meet your house and take the child, so that they will do an X-ray and something else. You know? So myself and the doctor was talking. So I told him, look at the experience that I had in St. Patrick in Sotels with that nurse. And he said to me, that's sad. That's very unfortunate. But he said, that is something that has been going on in St. Patrick for quite some time. And he said, for example, Sotels has an ambulance and 2 drivers. And yes, still, after 4, anytime 1 minute after 4, they cannot get the ambulance from St. Patrick. 2 drivers. And he said they have reported this situation to the CMO and other relevant authorities months and months and months, and nothing has been done. You say, imagine something happens in St. Patrick or part of St. Andrews, because I see the boundaries by Lorena Wall, John Bakery there. He calls it Tangla Gap. So you see, from there coming up to St. Patrick, that is St. Patrick area for ambulance service and so on. But yes, anytime they have an emergency from that area going down to Sotels up onto St. Mark, you can't get the service of the ambulance. They have to use the ambulance from Maribor, St. Andrews, to do the work in St. Patrick and those areas only, which is very, very, very bad. And he said they have made numerous reports to remedy the problem because it's a serious matter. And nothing has been done, Sheldon, up to this present time. 2 drivers, an ambulance, and anytime after 4, you cannot get the use of the ambulance in St. Patrick. So you see the kind of situation that we have in the as it relates to health in Grenada here.
Yes, my friend.
I was very upset.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, I think anybody would be upset. And this is what time of the day again you're speaking about? I just want the listeners to...
After 4 this afternoon. Because when we reached there, the security looked at our watch. And they said, well, it's already after 4. I think just about around 4 or 5 minutes past 4. And I said, she's gone up. You see, anytime 4 o'clock, they're gone. Mm-hmm. You know? But there was this one nurse inside it. Because I saw this lone vehicle there. But the funny thing, I did not take the vehicle number. Because I was so upset. You know?
Mm-hmm. My goodness, but in all of that, how is your granddaughter now?
My grandson. Well,
your grandson, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, the 2 year, well, he's down. I guess the ambulance took him down to St. George. So she and the father, I think by now they should be in St. George, you know? Because when I called her, she told me the ambulance just left with 2 people. So they have to wait till it comes back up to come and take the child and another one to go down to St. George. So they have to do an X-ray and an ultrasound. And if possible, I am at the scan.
My brother, I want you to keep us updated in relation to this particular issue. I would like you to keep us updated. Let us know how things progress. And, I will give you a call when the program is done to find out.
Yeah, all right.
All right, my brother, and I hope everything goes all well and okay.
Yeah. Well,
this is an issue that needed to be exposed because this is what the people of St. Patrick are going through. It is very unfair to them. And that situation needs to be rectified ASAP. ASAP.
Yeah.
All right.
But I was rather disappointed with the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even though she did good, she couldn't do anything much. Just because right in the gap of the health center, she was just coming out. So we could have gone back there and she could have done something quickly or just sign up, give us a paper and tell us go and sit to Maribo and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But to just ignore us and drive out without even looking, in my direction to show that she acknowledged that somebody was trying to stop. Nothing like that. She just said she faced like a 10-rat trap and she looked straight ahead. She didn't turn her head to look in my direction, And I was appalled. I was very much surprised. I was disappointed. I can't really describe how I felt because that is health. You don't know what the situation is. You don't know what is the condition of the person, even an elderly So, it was very shocking. Very, very shocking.
All right, my brother, I'm having a problem with the line, so we're going to continue that conversation. I'll give you a call after tonight's program. Okay, my brother?
Yeah.
All right, blessings, yeah. Okay, I think I found what the problem is there, yeah, right, yeah. 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers you can utilize to call onto the inside of tonight's program. Again, for those of you who are just joining us, the incoming Donald Trump administration has stated their clear intent to send, several deportees to the islands of Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, to Panama, and to Grenada. Yeah? I don't know how. We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, good night, boss.
Yeah, good night.
I just want to sympathize with my brother.
Yes, indeed.
I just want to tell him that there's a problem in the health situation. We don't blame the nurse. Please, don't blame the nurse. There's a problem in the health situation in Grenada. That's our brother.
Okay, thank you so very much. So that caller is saying, don't necessarily blame the nurse, but there's a broader problem. And the caller is right as well, that there is a broader problem that exists when it comes to the health system here in Grenada. Because I'll tell you something. Had the plans that were in place and the equipment that was there to outfit the Guave Polyclinic been in place, instead of having to try and get that child down to town right now, that child could have already been sorted out at the Guave Polyclinic. They'd have been able to get the scan and so on done right there. And if they thought it's something more that they need to do something more that they cannot handle there, then they would send the child down further. But that facility is not being utilized. I don't know if the problem is that it was done during the reign of the new National Party. I don't know what the problem is, but it's quite upsetting. We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, my friend.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Grenada, Carriacou, Pitibantic, and the regional and extended diaspora folks. I heard you just mention about the Trump incoming presidency of Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Two things. There are people putting out things from Grenada, and I get a whole bunch of this message from people in Grenada on WhatsApp and then where's old videos where NYPD police officers are rounding up. Most of the people are from the African continent. A lot of the Africans be selling trinkets and clothes and hats and, things like that on the side of the road. Mm-hmm. In New York now, they require everybody to have permits and things like that. So they don't do it all the time, but sometimes these guys get this is like what happened in Grenada in the market. They're bombarding for space. So they will set themselves up. They're blocking pathways, they're blocking the sidewalk, the Brooklyn Bridge, they're blocking, the flow of cyclists, pedestrians, and those areas. So they'll run them up from time to time. And people however they get those videos now and they're putting it out as, they're rounding up people and deporting them. Nonsense. Bag of lies. Trump is the incoming president. He's not yet the president. So there's nothing he could stipulate or do anything. Biden is still the president of the United States. If Trump were to die between now and the 20th of January, that'll call our next election. All right?
Actually, no. His vice president immediately becomes the next president.
Well, yeah, but then they still had to call a snap election. Election.
No, they don't. They have a line of succession that they go through. That's why they don't have to.
The next person after that will be the Speaker of the House. They will have to call the election.
They don't have.
All right. They don't have to do it immediately. They don't have to do it immediately, but it will occur. All right. The next thing is what you reference to the countries that you made reference to where their intentions are to deport people to Grenada and the other countries you mentioned. Mm-hmm. That is the amount of people that are sitting in jail, and because of whatever the level of the crime that they might have committed and the length of time they were sentenced to, they qualify for deportation. So they are going through the different prisons now. The data. They're going through certain data right now. So these are the countries they already start looking at. Okay, so they go through the prison data and they're pulling up, and these are the numbers that are stacking up, so whatever. So now they have those people already in line for deportation. All right. So if you get sentenced for more than 30 days in Rikers and you don't have a green card, you could be deported. That has nothing to do with Trump. That's the law, immigration law in the US. In New York State, for instance. Right? So someone in New York don't have a green card, they hear you, undocumented, and they were to get in some kind of illegal trouble. If they get sentenced to Rikers for 15 days, 20 days, once it go over 30 days, ICE could come in. It don't always happen, but they could step in after 30 days and sanction you for deportation, pull up your case in front of the immigration court and all of that. Once you get sentenced to state prison, not jail, state prison. So Rikers is a jail. It's a holding facility, a jail for up to 90 days. They house you in there up to 90 days. After 90 days, you are sent to a prison, New York State prison. If you get in that field, in that realm of time, in a state prison, boom, you're automatically for deportation, even if you have a green card. Even if you are a legal resident, not a citizen, a resident, your green card is in jeopardy. Now, what he wants to do now for the naturalized citizens, so I come here 5 years, 6 years later, 7 years later, I apply for my citizenship, I get my citizenship, and I were to get in any form of trouble in the realm of the law, in felony, state, what they call A-class felonies, state or federal, I lose my citizenship. And he already instruct his people when they get in office, those who be dealing with immigration laws, to start researching citizens, people that not naturalized, not natural born citizens, but other citizens to go back and dig into their application. They're looking for any hint of mistruth in your application. So anything that they deem as a lie, they revoke your citizenship and deport you. That's the next thing you're working on.
Okay. Let me just correct
Go ahead.
something here, because you made a erroneous statement, and to prove it, I've just went and checked the U.S.
But you have to use such a big word for me, right? Just to make an error now.
No, because I was telling you were making an error, and you were most vociferous in trying to talk me down that I was making an error. Again, if a U.S. president dies before inauguration, the vice president takes over and serves the full 4-year term. If the vice president is not available, there's a line of succession that goes right down the road from
Speaker of the House,
etc., etc., etc.
Right, Speaker of the House.
Yeah. So
right.
just so that folks don't get the wrong information, I went and I checked it because I know I was right. So I double checked it.
Right. But you see, that is the standard rule law of the U.S., but they've been trying to change it. And he intend to change it. Mm-hmm. So maybe I didn't word my statement properly.
No,
that is something. That is something. No, hold on. That is something he has mentioned. I mentioned just about 2 days ago. That you see, in his mind.
But let me tell you something. The bottom line, what we are worried about here is that Grenada, our country, all the other shenanigans and how the person getting deported and thing, that is not really we business. What we are worried about is the fact that there is an intention that whoever they're taking up, whether they're there for 6 months, 6 days, whatever, that they're looking to
just dump them in these
Grenada.
Countries.
Yeah, that is the problem here. Because remember,
right. What comes into factor there, they have to deport you from your country origin.
They have to?
It doesn't mean yes, that's the law. So, okay.
My brother,
I have
hold on.
Years ago.
Again, you're erroneous. In 2019, the Trump administration deported folks to Guatemala. That's not the country of origin.
That was about to tell you. He will just deport people to wherever they want to dump them. Because what my next point I was about to make, around that same time, I have friends, people I know who got deported to places like Jamaica and other places, and that was not the port of country of origin, and they end up sending them back. And then, because our friend, he's Antiguan, he got sent to Jamaica. All right? Then, when the next plane go down, the Jamaican government put them back on the plane, they bring them back, and then he got deported back to his country of origin. So you are right. Because they don't care. They will just dump people wherever they feel like a dump people. Especially if you see he not in too much in line with the country and the prime minister or the president and the people, and you have an issue with that country, he will just dump people in, just flood the country with deportees. You know? All of this is his intention. And he said it. You know, so folks hearing it now and might be thinking it's something shocking or whatever. He been saying these things since he campaigning.
The saying is not the problem, brother. Now they're looking to actually do it.
Do it. That's what I'm about to tell you. Yeah. So what I'm saying is he been saying it, but now it's coming to tuition because he is the incoming president, and his intention is to put. The thing about Trump, people don't understand. When Trump campaign, he say things on his campaign trail, and he win his election. When he gets in office, he intend to fulfill all his campaign promises. He did it the last term, and he's gonna do it, and he's gonna do it on a larger scale this time around.
Watch now, yo. I hear enough from you. Bye bye.
All right. I have a talk for you in about 2 weeks. This last week I had to call you back. I can't get to call you yet. Later.
All right, brother.
Peace out. All right.
440-737-34732, and we have a call online. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon.
Hey, sir, how you doing?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. You go right ahead. You're live.
Sheldon not home. Dying happening home. Nope. This is unacceptable. This guy called black country shit-ass country. This guy is all kind of thing he's saying about black people. This man said that black people share the same thing with him. We all have mug shot. Listen, man. Sheldon not home. I would just like to know that the Sheldon will come home and go and lie down on the tarmac.
Well, let
on
me
the
say,
plane coming. Not home, Sheldon. This is unacceptable.
well, it's reported in the U.S. news, and it is the intent of the Trump administration. And the report said they have already spoken to the Grenada government. The Grenada government has not said anything to the Grenadian people.
That's the thing about it. They talk to nobody, so you can't trust them. You see the same shit I went on with a gay shit. You know, the one side.
No, my friend. Let me try. Hold on, huh? Let's try to clean the language up, because sometimes I have children listening to the program. So let's try to clean the language up, okay? Nice, go ahead. Yeah. Going a little down a road there. I don't like it.
This is unacceptable. No. He ain't go down with that, man.
I know you're upset.
Why you send them in Israel for Daniel Netanyahu? To help to see if he could get him out of that shit where he's
No, you see, I just tell you, careful with the language.
All right. Okay,
all right, brother.
Hold it. I'm upset, man.
I know you're upset.
I'm very upset with that shit, man.
All
right, brother, hold it.
Let's have caller. Yeah, let's try to careful with the language, right? Nice, good. We've got a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Yes, go right ahead. You're live.
Yeah, I want to big up Kim Jones, man.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, Kim Jones, I want to big you up on the NMP program. Big up yourself. Have a great night.
All right, my brother.
Yeah.
Well, you know they can't go a night without listening, because this is where they try to get educated. It doesn't always go through, but we try to educate them. They skull tick, and we know they kind of, they're slow. But we just try to educate them. We know they listen on a nightly basis, but we just try. Yeah? So, yes, folks. And I know it is an emotional issue for lots of people. Because already, remember, between 2022 and 2024 and continuing, you have more people have been brought in under the CBI program that were brought in the previous years under the new National Party. So you have more people that are now who are from other countries, have gained citizenship, but a significantly larger number than was done during the period of the new National Party. So you already have those people who have the possibility that they can come and live in Grenada. Tens of thousands of them that could come and live in Grenada. But further to that, outside of them, yeah, and we have a call online. Hello, good night. Further to them, now you have the threat of this possibly happening. Go right ahead, caller, you're live.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. Good night, Talking Point.
Good night, bro. You go right ahead, you're live.
Yes, Sheldon. The previous caller, not this one before, and he was talking about Trump and what Trump is going to do, and he made some very, very dishonest statements.
No, don't say dishonest, because you see sometimes dishonest is that you know and then you say something other than it. I don't want to say dishonest. Let's just say he made some statements that were erroneous in nature.
Now you don't know what you're talking about, because trust me, in American politics, it's different to our politics in Grenada, and we have prime minister, we have senators, and we have a speaker of the house, we have president. So our thing is different. He get it wrong. But let me say in Grenada, my question is, why is this government waiting till next year to bring up budget, right? When you had a whole year, so they can go until March, as in the law, right?
My brother, hold on. You want to know why? They're probably waiting on the money that they're getting for the asylum for the people that Trump shipping here. So they're probably trying to cater for that in the budget.
I'm coming to that. So that means them people that Trump sending back is not coming out voting here. Because trust me,
they won't have citizenship. That's one thing. They won't have citizenship, and unless they are Commonwealth citizens. If they are Commonwealth citizens, so they come from a Commonwealth country, after 1 year residing here, they can register and vote. So they can vote if they are Commonwealth. But if they come from like Cuba, Venezuela, China, they are not Commonwealth citizens, so that they won't be able to take part in the electoral process directly. Yeah? Unless they
Right.
gain Grenadian citizenship by some other means, marriage or so on.
Yeah.
Right? But other than that, no. Yeah. Only if they're from a Commonwealth country.
Well, I'm actually going to follow the American news after your program finished that tea again because I know what I'm seeing is rather it's alarming. But back to Grenada. Once again, congrats to the NMP on the 40 years anniversary. I was in the Pasha Sunday. I was around the area Saturday night. And you know what is amazing, Sheldon, is the amount of things that I'm seeing on social media from Sunday to now that is rather interesting. It is rather interesting that people that is not involved with NMP involved with NMP business. Why? You know, I mean, NBC didn't have a convention this year. NBC had a general council. It wasn't open to the public. It wasn't open to the media for scrutiny. The Prime Minister is out of the island again. Nobody cared about that. I walked down Sheldon from Woburn in top Woburn to that road where they say the 16 on there. And nothing is going on there. And people are great. Oh, you know what? You have a minister of finance, you're not seeing it. You have a minister of foreign affairs, you're not seeing it. You have a minister in St. John, you're not seeing that one. What is going on in Grenada with all the people? But yet, you hear them on programs, you see them on live on Facebook, videos on page, you come and cut. Trust me, and you see that different breeders. Shalom, have a good night, man.
All right, my brother. 4407377 and 347-329-3101. And colleague, you made a point there about people who are in NNP business and different things. It's interesting. I saw a note from, I think, from All Wrong or something today. And it's very interesting because between the year 2022 and 2024, yeah, by my estimation, nearly every single note that has been written has been in some way an attack on the new National Party. And I'll come back to that. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Yeah, boss. Megan, sorry for calling back. I just want to big up Sister, what's her name, Mayona Charles.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to give her congratulations for winning the youth team ambassador. I want to give her big up and tell her just keep on for the youth of Grenada, Carriacou, and picking back. Thank you very much.
All right, my friend. I am not too clear what you're referring to, but maybe I have to delve into it. Yeah. So I'm saying the same thing I was saying last night. I said to you all last night, expect to hear all sorts of notes from all around and all kind of articles coming out and so. I told you it would start today. And just like on clockwork, this morning, one come out, expect some more in the morning, and then on Saturday, and then by the middle of the week next week, it's going to start to get nearly daily next week, one after the other. Because these individuals who claim to love country had nothing to say when all those people get gunned down this year. They didn't write no article in relation to that. They didn't say when the American couple and Grenada was in the news all over the world. They didn't write no specific article to speak to that and say, well, look, the crime situation in this country needs to be dealt with at that point in time. Look, you have two tourists, they kidnapped, people escaping from jail, they gone, all sorts of things. They had nothing to say. When the people of Grenada were feeling unsafe, because you have people that escape from jail, all sorts of things. And it was becoming a regular thing, fellas just escaping from cell. It became a sort of regular thing at a point in time this year that people was getting shot and killed. I did not see or hear these people out there advocating for the safety of you and me and all Grenadians. I didn't hear it. I didn't see it because it didn't happen. But they take their time, and it shows, one, it shows the intent. The intent is the destruction of the new National Party, nothing else. The intent is to attack Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. There is no other singular intent there. These are the intents. Destroy the NNP, attack Dr. Mitchell. That's the main thing. Anything else happen along the way, that is gravy. But that is the focus, the laser focus of these individuals. So much so that you see some of them having long conversations. Let me tell you something about that conversation that you're hearing there. And let me see, somebody was, okay, I'll get to the phone line when they call back. You see, there was that conversation between KB and Ian Django Thomas. Yeah, I know AI. You could see somebody was taping and they put down the phone and taped the conversation because the person on the other end of the line was an idiot. They had no political savvy, and probably because they were working along with elements within the NDC anyway. Because the person they were speaking to, Ian Django Thomas, has all intent to become the candidate on behalf of the NDC in the St. Andrew Southeast seat. Their intent is to try to win the seat from Honorable Emlyn Pierre. That individual, prior to the 2022 election, was walking bout a stun in the constituency with Tevin Andrew and Ron Redhead in tow. Tevin gay bly, Ron gay bly, but he didn't gay bly, he want to bly now. So all of a sudden, an individual who has never been a member of the New National Party, never been a card-carrying member, paying member of the New National Party, is on all kind of programs speaking about what they perceive to be the internal happenings of the New National Party when they are not even a member of the New National Party. When they are speaking to somebody who is not even an executive member of the party, who is telling them, well, we're doing this and we're doing that and all sort of thing. Because their intention is if they can destroy one Emlyn Selina Pierre, if they can cause her to lose, or if they can damage her in some form politically, they think that that would make it easy for them to walk in and win the St. Andrew Southeast seat. Understand where this thing come from? That is why they tape KB and they release it. Because they know the effect it would have. So they are hoping to damage Emlyn Pierre because they want to run. So understand where that come from. And understand the people who write in the articles and attacking the New National Party and talking. The New National Party has the same thing that goes on with all political parties throughout the Caribbean. In the PNP in Jamaica years ago, there was various individuals went up for the leadership of the party. Yeah. They had a contest. Some people support A, some people support B. When whoever win, everybody come back together. It is one organization. Just remember this term. All are we is NNP. So don't go and feel that because somebody support this person, you're going and interfere with them. Because at the end of the night, on December the 15th, all are we is NNP. There are people who are misguided in their approach to what they are doing, because what they are doing is destructive. What they are doing has the possibility of being damaging. And you have the elements from outside of the organization who are willing to work with these people. So you see, they will call them and tape them and they go put it out. And just remember, in that tape conversation, they say they speak with other people. So don't be very surprised if you hear another tape comes out. Because they say they spoke with other people. So if they tape in one, they maybe tape all. So don't be surprised you hear other things coming out. Do not, in any form, be surprised if that happens. But at the end of the day, there is not a leadership problem in the New National Party. The New National Party right now have a leader. And at the end of the day, end of the night, on the 15th of December, the New National Party will have a leader. It will have a leader. We are not like the National Democratic Congress, who had to go and try to get somebody to parachute in with a bag of money to try and save them. We are not like that. We have enough competent and capable people within our organization. So we don't have to worry about that. So when all of them who are out there and posturing and talking about they know this and that, and this going and take place and that going and take place and other. And they're getting simply orgasmic, speaking about the possibilities of what this going to happen and that going to happen and so on. Let them go ahead. Because on the day of the convention, all are we is NNP. And we have to understand something here, that we have a country to save. You think that Trump could have tried this thing with Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell at the helm in Grenada? Could try it with Deacon Mitchell at the helm. Donald Trump would not have tried something like that with a veteran politician as Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, and with the connections that he has in Washington. That would have never even been an option on the table. But they see some people here who they realize are incompetent, who have no connections to nobody up there and so on. So they could try a thing with them. But that could never have happened under Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell. Why is it in all the Caribbean islands? They ain't say Trinidad. They ain't go by Dr. Rowley. They ain't say Barbados. They ain't go by Mia. They ain't go by Ralph in St. Vincent. They didn't even say they're going by Ralph. But they reach in Grenada. How is Grenada? You come and you line up to come in. Why Grenada? Because there is a perception in their mind about the leadership or lack thereof in Grenada. That is why they can say that they're going to take people and just send them in Grenada. Because as far as they're concerned, they're dealing with some weak men here in Grenada. Weak people, they could just do what they want, do them what they want. So up to now, and I keep checking to see, this government has not said a single thing in relation to this issue. They realize, yes, JC, we branch low. Because they didn't even say, well, okay, let's try Guyana. Guyana has large expanse of land. Large expanse of land. It is close to, same Venezuela, Spanish-speaking people and so on. It's close to Venezuela. So if it's Cubans, if it's Venezuelans, at least they'd be able to, they might be able to cross the border easily, or there are significant numbers of Spanish-speaking people there. There are also significant numbers of Chinese there. There's large land space, and it is developing at an amazing pace. Fastest growing economy in the Western Hemisphere right now. They didn't say they're going in Guyana, you know. They're coming in Grenada. And then, as one of the callers said there, quite rightly so, probably that is the reason we're hearing that the budget delayed. Probably that is the reason that we're hearing that the budget might be in January or February. Because remember, President Trump is being sworn in January. So the budget going to be in January or February. When he's able to authorize, at the end of January, he's able to authorize, if they're saying they're going to give Grenada X amount of money to be able to take care of these people while they're here. Well, not while they're here, because as far as they're concerned, when they come here, it's only here. It's not like they're going anywhere else. You know, when they come, it's here they're there. They would be living here for the rest of their life as far as the U.S. is concerned. They ain't taking no part in that afterwards. Where these people go, they go. How they reach, they reach. They ain't care. They just Trump dump right in Grenada. And the only reason they're trying that here, they ain't go in Jamaica by Andrew Holness. They ain't go Jamaica. They ain't go by Brogard. They ain't go up in Jamaica and say, well, let me try it. They ain't go in St. Vincent by Ralph Gonsalves and say, let me try it. But they come in Grenada because they realize you have an incompetent, puerile group of individuals who they can easily manipulate and do what they want. So that is why they've decided that Grenada is going to become one of the Trump dump. Yeah? So we await to hear from the administration here what is taking place in relation to that issue. But while we discuss that issue again, be careful with those folks that are spewing all sorts of information out there. Listen, every single day they attack Dr. Mitchell. We have a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, my dear.
All the road they have after the flood that destroy. What they think about that? They're thinking about NNP. NNP living on the eyebrow. That when the eye wing, NNP go fall off. I don't understand these people and them. Everything is a NNP, NNP, NNP. Mr. Sheldon, since I'm living in Grenada, I never hear budget read next year for this year.
Well, I can tell you, once I knew it happened, and that was when the parliament was prorogued.
Right. When they dissolved for 6 months.
Yeah, and when we came in, it caused a problem because when we came in the shortest possible time, Dr. Mitchell had to put together a budget. In fact, when he was sworn in as Prime Minister, he went and met with Dwight Venner and Timothy Antoine, etc. The same day, the same place, he just walked to the back of the building and go and meet with them.
Right.
Because civil servants had to get paid and you had no budget in place.
For all this money they get, why they can't read budget? But they have to wait until next year.
No, we waited on Trump money. That's a factor in that. So they're using all kind of things. Oh, we're doing this with youth, we're doing that with that. Trump money they're waiting on.
Christmas come and get them people work to do all this slides and thing all over the place.
According to one of my listeners here, we branch low.
Let it hang on, they will fall off just now.
That branch attack.
Mr. Sheldon, have a good night, baby.
All right, my dear. Thank you so very much.
All right, sir. Okay.
440-737-734-732-93-101. Yeah? Maurice Bishop, we are in nobody's backyard. With this Prime Minister, we are somebody's dumping ground. Yeah? So with Maurice Bishop, we Grenadians, we go forward on our feet and not on our knees. We are in nobody's backyard. With this Prime Minister, we come in and dump a pile of people by all you. Silence. Run and talk in the morning now. Talk in the morning now. Send out a release tonight. The Turks and Caicos, the story came out, the government of the Turks and Caicos sent out a release and say no. They have had this, they're not going to allow that to happen. They are going to do what they have to, not going. Bahamas, clear on it. Mexico, clear on it. Grenada, silence. They know who they're dealing with. They know where they go. The Panamanian government has always been a government that they could just basically, you know the history of Panama. If you're into history, you know the history of Panama. So you know why they could say to the Panamanians, we go send some of them down there. Especially the Spanish-speaking ones. So you understand why they could tell them that. Right? The Bahamas, even recently there was an issue in relation to a senior police officer in the Bahamas and a situation in the United States and so on. So they believe Bahamas, yeah, we could do them as we want to. So they have Grenada in that same lineup. We could do Grenada as we want. Yeah? That is how the whole thing line up. I'm telling you, under a new National Party administration, especially with Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell and his connections in Washington, they would not even think of trying it. The same way that they ain't thinking of trying it by Mia, the same way they ain't thinking of trying it by Dr. Rowley, the same way they ain't go down in Guyana, which would have been the best place if you want to do something like that. You would have talked to the Guyanese. Guyana land for so, they have space for so, they could establish villages and cities and put these people. And they have a buoyant economy. But no, send them Grenada. 440-737-734-732-93-101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yes, indeed.
Your desire, my command. But can a government be impacted by a mere Calypsonian? The one there Calypso king to be a liberator. Alright. Give me melody and words and a voice and I will go there.
So again, those of you who will be in Carriacou over the weekend, just a reminder of the breakfast fundraiser that will be taking place over in Carriacou. That's the New National Party Carriacou and Petit Martinique branch. They have their breakfast fundraiser taking place this Saturday from 7 a.m. at the party office. That's close to the Hillsborough bus terminus. Right. So the breakfast fundraiser, that's taking place out there in Carriacou. And no, we ain't advertising that. Right. Remember Star Academy, JJ School? Right. Remember they have their annual fair. Antonito, we had to talk. Yeah. They have their annual fair that's taking place next week, Thursday, from noon at the Limes basketball court. Wear something red or green. My good friends down by the garage there in the Limes and so. Right. And all the people, right. All of you inside housing scheme and so on. Come on out and support the young ones. The Star Academy, they've been doing an excellent job with the children. That's the Star Academy out there in the Limes. They are having the annual school fair. Games, food, drink, all of that, right? And that's taking place next week, Thursday. Yeah, so 1 week from today, that will be taking place. And it starts from 12 noon. Even if you could pass for a half hour, you could pass for an hour, whatever it is, make a pass through, support the children. All right, nice. And then you have the Sunset City Christmas Fiesta. That's coming up on Thursday, the 19th of December, Diamond Street, Victoria. And it's being hosted by the St. Mark Parliamentary Office and Friends. You have live performances by Crave, Akeda Lewis, Clark's Court Caress Band, and live steel band. They have treats, local food, all the nice things. So that's taking place on Thursday, the 19th of December. So that's after convention. Right? Yeah, we're using that as one of our lineman thing after convention and thing. Right. No, this one gone already, but every day is an NP day for me, you know. Right. Right, the New York, wait, come on, you the piece on top there, move now, right, nice. Now we good. The New National Party New York chapter presents an evening of sip and chat. You listen, all you go on out, right? Sip and chat, that's taking place this Saturday at 535 East 19th Street. That's between Newkirk and Ditmas Avenue in Brooklyn. So it starts at 6 p.m. Eats and drinks available. All right, so they have eats available and you have a cash bar. Yeah, drinks ain't free in the bar. You have to go and you have to buy your drinks. You understand how you think go? Yeah, just don't go and drive after because you don't want to end up with that DUI and them kind of thing, right? Yeah, call out Uber. Right? Nice. So music by DJ Small Clothes. Again, that's the New York NNP chapter. They have Sip and Chat. That's taking place Saturday, 7th of December from 6 p.m. The Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique Nurses Association of America, they have their 38th annual, they've been having that a long time, boy. The 30th annual Black and White Gala, and that's the price of the tickets, $140. Music by No Apology, that's taking place next week, Saturday. So you go to Gala and then you jump the plane, you're down here in time for convention. Nice. Cocktail hour, 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. And you could dance the night away from 9 until 2. And for tickets, you see the numbers. They Wendy 917-602-1476, Rahiman 646-322-8385, and Joylyn 718-496-3730. And it's going to be taking place at Glen Terrace, 531 Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. So quite a few activities coming up there. Yeah, you know, you also have the Wester Hall Music Academy in concert. That's where words fail, music speaks. So after the convention, we're heading across and support Pastor. Right, we're heading across and support Pastor afterwards. That's the Music Academy for Wester Hall. Right, they're going to be at the Grenada Trade Center between 5 and 9 p.m. So that's Sunday, the 15th of December. Classical performances, Dash, Laura Lisa Kazi, Tamara Songbird, guitarist Javid Wiggy Nichols, tutors and students of the music school. Go on out, tickets. Children, $20, adults, $45. And for tickets, contact well, let me put it in the normal one, 536-8652. So that's 536-8652. And I think we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay, man.
All right, go right ahead.
Yeah, Brother Sheldon, it seems like from time NMP announced the date of the election.
The convention?
So, the day of the convention. Brother Sheldon, it looked like there's a resurrection took place in Grenada. Because there were some people that was in a some of them died, some of them dead, and no, like, they resurrect. Because all the time before NMP announced the date of the convention, some people that they had talking of, like they were dead or in a coma, they resurrect. And so many things happening in the country that is the government doing. That is wrong. These people like they had lost their tongue. They were not alive. But from time NNP and down to the days of the convention, they resurrect. But I want the NNP supporters to know. Let us stay focused. We are united. In your own home, so you and your wife may have a different opinion. Alright? But we stay united as NNP. We will do what is right, and we will vote the leader that will follow the policies of the government. Right? We know where we're going, and we know where we're going. Because when you look at NMP policy, Brother Sheldon, NMP policy, you can see the policies that will take our country forward. And I will continue to see. NMP policy also believe that you have a cake, the cake we share for everybody, but everybody can get the same amount. But if you share the cake, that some people, everybody get the cake. But NDC policies that the only to help those are up. But I want to call upon the Grenadian people. Make sure that you get registered. Your children, your grandchildren who reach the age to register, make sure you get registered, educate them, and let them know what NNP did, and what NNP did, and what NDC are doing to you. You, the Grenadian people, suffering you, making your life more miserable. Because when NNP government people, spending power increase, they smile, but when NDC government, everybody get back. Even the supporters who vote for they get back. Because they already come and like them and making promises that they know that they will not fulfill. But with NMP, you could know for sure they will do what they say, if not all. But they go to measure they made the promise and they go fulfill the promise. So, Brother Sheldon, have a blessed night.
All right. Thank you very much. 4407377 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. And let's just take this call. Hello, good night.
Sheldon.
Hi, my dear.
Something just ran through my mind. Stand corrected, eh? I'm not too sure if it is February this year or last year when Grenada was warned by the U.S. as it relates to Russians applying for CBI. And even after that, this administration went ahead and issued more CBI passport to Russians. More Russians obtained CBI citizenship after that warning was given. I am wondering if it's not payback time. You can take people, I say don't take them, and you can take them, well, I send in for you now. Let me see what you go do. I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking about it. The amount of Russians that obtain citizenship by investment after we had that, I put it as warning from the U.S. We went ahead. It is alleged that applications were backdated before the warning was given. It was backdated to show that the application was, it's alleged that the applications were backdated to show that, okay, we had the applications inside before the warning was given.
You want to know something, caller? There is an absolutely very high possibility that Russian applications are still being processed at this point in time, at the end of 2024.
Okay. Well,
because they claim to have had so much inside that there's a high possibility. And possibly it's a question that needs to be asked of one of the people in charge of that program.
That is why I am saying it is alleged that even after the warning was given, applications that came in after, it is alleged that it was backdated to show that they were before.
As Ziggy does say on the ledge.
Obtain the citizenship.
Ziggy does say on the ledge, not alleged.
What does Ziggy does say?
Ziggy does say on the ledge.
Ziggy does say on the ledge. Well, I don't say on the ledge. It is alleged this is what happened. And from that time, more Russians obtained citizenship. More Russians were issued citizenship. You think America will sit by and let that go? You think America don't know all that?
Well, let's see how this entire thing
Let's
plays out.
see how it will play out.
Because again, caller, I think the main thing here is that we have not heard this. We've heard other governments who have been named. We've heard them come out and say, no. This government has not said anything.
That is my next statement, Sheldon. Let's wait and see what this administration statement, what they will say as it relates to that. Let's just wait. All we have to do now is just wait. Let's wait and see how they will respond, what they will say as it relates to that. We can't do nothing else but just to wait. And I hope they don't come with no pack of lies as it relates to that. Time is running out. Let's go.
All right there. Thank you. 440-7377 347-329-3101. Yeah? So again, according as reported by NBC in the United States, both on their website and in their news broadcast during the day today, it is alleged that they have confirmed, well, they're not alleging, they're saying they're confirmed from 3 sources within the incoming Trump administration that Grenada is being considered or put down as one of the places that individuals who are being deported from the United States will be deported to. And remember, the vast majority of these people are the people coming out from the prison system. Yeah, they come out from the prison system. Some of them may have been in prison for quite a number of years. And they're coming out, their home country refuses to take them, probably based on the crime that they committed. And who knows if they're bringing them here and telling the Grenadian government that, hey, we're bringing this person, but this person was involved in this type of crime or that type. There's their file. This is their file. Or if they're just going to put them on a plane and drop them in Grenada with $50 in the pocket and a bag on the shoulder. We don't know. We don't know. We also don't know what are the possible pressures that Grenada would be placed under to accept terms. Yeah? Yeah, what I'm saying carefully. We do not know what pressure, because the people speaking did mention it. We do not know what pressure Grenada may be placed under to accept terms. If the U.S. administration decides they're going after our banking, we have problems. If they decide they're going after our corresponding banking, we can have problems. If they decide that U.S. banks cannot do certain types of business with Grenadian banks, it's going to affect nearly every sector here in Grenada. Yeah, from purchasing vehicles to the parts for vehicles, to upkeep vehicles and so on. It's going to basically crush all of these different things. If the U.S. decides that they're going to put economic pressure on Grenada to accept. Yeah? So we don't even know. We don't even know. Because there is the possibility that that may very well happen. Because they know they're dealing with a bunch of weaklings. So they could go and they could tell them, well, look, yeah, all you have to take, if all you don't take them, this is what is going to happen to you all. You all have to take them or else. We're going to go after your corresponding banking. We're going to mess up Western Union. None of them can do business with you all again. Yeah, so you have to be very careful with what is taking place there. Yeah, and the possible outcomes. We've got a call online. Hello.
Sheldon.
Hey, no caller. You know I limited to one call.
Sheldon, this is
hold on. No. We have to have rules and we have to stick to them. This is the third. I let the second one pass, but this is the third. So it has to be very, very quick. 1 minute. Go ahead.
Sheldon, as we were speaking about pressure on Grenada, I'm thinking about our soursop farmers now, where Grenada is the only country exporting the fruit to America. Soursop farmers think about it. Pressure could be put on all you as it relates to that, what we have to accept.
Well, let's see. All right, caller. Yeah, the possibilities. We have a caller on line. Hello, good night.
Hey, Sheldon, what's up, man?
Hey, well, I want to say I'm good, but I'm kind of concerned. Because I know if the US decide to pressure us, we under real pressure. And every one of us go feel it. It's not just the parliamentarians. All are we.
Everybody have a right to be concerned, because if that's really what's happening, that is what Trump decided to dump them in Grenada, and then the government of Grenada have to sort them out. Who go away and who go away. And well, Grenada will be the dumping spot. Then the government of Grenada going to figure out, okay, well, you go Mexico, you from Mexico, you go Mexico, or you go there, but all the detainees who they send back, all the hardcore criminals going to be coming to Grenada, because that's who you're going to attack first, the hardcore criminals who are in the prison. This is the first batch. And then, if you dump them in Grenada, the government of Grenada will start them out now. This is crazy.
And it's not like they're bringing them here to put them in prison here, because prison here, well, you know the situation of the prison here. They're bringing them here to leave them at large, you know.
Wait, no, I mean, what the kind of government that we have? What kind of government we are? I can't believe this. And this government, only Mawet alone, they making up. This is crazy, man.
Again, I'm going to repeat what one of the listeners has said on the live tonight. Grenada fence low. We fence low. No, seriously, because look at all the other countries in the Caribbean. You don't even say, well, okay, Montserrat hardly have people on it, volcano, they didn't even say there, you know. They didn't even say some of those islands with a lot of space, and poor Grenada, they want to come to dump these people here. Where we putting them? First of all, where we putting them?
But the government, this government can't stand up for the people of Grenada. They can't stand up, you know. They have no. What kind of government that is, boy? That's what the people. Man, okay, that is madness.
I'm telling you, if there was a different government in place, because it's you can see it, that the other countries that have experienced, capable leaders, that they're not attempting to do that there. But they realize that in Grenada, the type of leadership, well, if you want to call it leadership, but what we have, that they could do it and put pressure on them and possibly get away with it. So, because the intent, once they intend to do that, they are going to try their very best to find a way to get it done,
Well, definitely.
Even if he's able to send 500 of them, just to say that, look, we said we're sending them to Grenada and we send 500 there. Even if it's to send 500, much less 5,000, whatever the intent is, they're going to find a way to say they do it.
But that was the same thing what happened with the Sahara thing, when all them other countries and them decided, no, we're not signing it. This government that we have, say, the Prime Minister say, I didn't read it. Not me. I don't know about it. No, this puppy show government we have. We need a government that's going to stand up for the people of Grenada, man. This government, anybody walking over this government and do them what they want. You're telling me you have a country to run. You have the economy in this country is so. Man, take me.
Remember, my friend, these are the people that had a press conference, and at the press conference said to us, we will not sign the Samoa agreement until we have further discussion on it and so on. And while they were saying that, the Samoa agreement was being signed, you know. And the ambassador that did that was never fired, which means that he got direct permission to sign it. Yeah, he can't sign it on his own. He can't make up his mind and just say, I'm signing it. He had to have gotten official word from his line minister or the prime minister that said sign it. Yeah. So
we in bad shape. If that's the situation, we in bad shape. and the country gonna get worse than how it is. Grenada, I have to back up. I mean, buckle up, and then for the ride, because what's going to be happening if that is true, that this Trump government going to send back people in Grenada who are not Grenadian. Be prepared.
Mm-hmm. All right, my brother. Thank you so very much. What you had something? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead if you had something else to say. No, I was saying you could go ahead if you had something else to say. You can go ahead.
No, I'm good, man. Listen, the thing is that, man, I'm getting fed up with this government, man. Really getting fed up with the stupidness they're doing there, because this government is a government that in other words, the government itself, they're out of touch with the people in Grenada. They don't give a damn about what's going on. Only themselves they're concerned about, and to hell with the people of Grenada. That's all I have to say.
All right, my brother. Thank you so very much. And, you know, it's also very telling. A lot of Grenadians in the diaspora, they are on hearing this news, they are very, very, very concerned and very, very, very upset. Because remember, the Grenadians in the diaspora they're Grenadians, you know. And many of them intend to come back home. They went out, they'll work for a number of years, and then the intent is to come back home and so. And they want to come back to a home that's safe. And, you know, if I were the other countries as well, let me make this statement. If I were the other countries as well, I would be very concerned with the possibility of what may or may not happen in Grenada with this situation. Because if you have people from organized crime ending up in Grenada, they can easily, with one boat ride, find themselves in St. Vincent, or find themselves over in Barbados, or down to Trinidad or so. So even if I were a citizen of St. Lucia or wherever, I would be very concerned with the possibility of these types of individuals en masse being sent to a neighboring territory, where they're just a boat ride away from ending up in my territory, because they already have, remember, they already have a history of entering place illegally. So they might enter here, quote unquote, legally, but end up in some of the other islands illegally. So to all listeners out there in St. Vincent, you need to hear what the Grenada government is saying on this too. To our Barbadian listeners, you must be concerned. And you must want to hear what the government of Grenada has to say forcefully in relation to this issue. The report says that they have been approached. The report says that the government has not said anything to us. And they've had the opportunity, and they still have the opportunity. And let me refresh again. Yeah, no release from the government of Grenada. No, nothing. So up to now, there is still nothing from the government of Grenada. And then they'll put it out Friday, which is a slow news day. So they'll put it out tomorrow, and then they say, yeah, we put out something in relation to that. But that's Friday. People go online. People go who go to church the night, who go on to party, different things. People relaxing, and so it's the end of the week. You're taking a little rest early, everything. Yeah? So people don't pick up news as much on the weekend. But as we end tonight's program, I want to return to something I was saying before. Look out for those dangerous elements. Those individuals who have found their voice now. Those individuals who know to talk about the NNP and what's going on in the NNP now, but had nothing to say. And I don't care if they are members of the NNP, you know. Because they find their voice now to talk about NNP this and NNP that and NNP so on. I don't know what kind of NNP there is. But they find their voice now only to talk about the new national party. Not when poor people, children was getting killed. Not when vendors was going through trouble in town and just throwing vendors thing and that to go and pay $1,000 and so on. They had nothing to say about those things. Teachers wasn't getting paid, this, that, nothing to say. But now they have found their footing. So they start to talk now. But you know what will happen? On convention day, when the convention is finished, If you come out from a very poor family, you know what does happen when you turn on the light and it had cockroach around? What it does do? They does run and disappear. So come the 15th, believe me, that is what going to happen to some of them. Yeah? Like cockroaches when the light comes on, disappear. Because they have some of them that already have the article for the 16th written already, you know. You ain't believe me? Some of them already have the draft article written for the 16th already because they for themselves, all of the blah-blahing and blah-blahing, they know what the outcome is going to be, you know. But they just want to create confusion. So they already have the article for the 16th written. The convention is on the 15th. They have the thing written for the 16th already. And they have the battle plan of how they go continue to make confusion going down the road. Yeah? They have the thing how they're going to make confusion going down the road. NNPites, do not be distracted. Do not be distracted. They're going to come with AI. They're going to come with all sorts of nonsense. Yeah? And look where they go. Look where they go. Look on whose platform some of them will find themselves. And then ask yourselves, are these people really supporters of the same political organization as you? Do they believe in the same values as you? Are they seeking the same for Grenada as you? Look at the platforms that they find themselves. Look at the people they find themselves conversing with, having conversations with. Ask yourself if their intention is the same as you, and if you should be following them down the road that they are going. Because me ain't going down that road with them. And they know me, you know, so they doesn't approach me. I let them know early. Don't come wrong me. Yeah? That is me. All they know me already. Tell them, Ollie, don't come. And still, don't come. But look where they're going. Yeah? Look where they are going. To tell you a lot about them. When you see certain so-called journalists able to quote them directly and talking about unnamed sources, that is where they just go. And you know that these people who they go to have been working towards the destruction of your organization for many years. Your organization that, had it been in office right now, would not be having the discussion about the U.S. government attempting that. There was no way they was trying that with the NNP administration. By weakling NDC administration, yeah man, let me see if we could get that before the NNP come back in office. Let me see if we could dump some people there. Quick. That is what we are facing as Grenadians right now. Folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. All the time we have for Talking Points for this week. My name is Sheldon Scott, and I want each and every one of you to take special care, especially this weekend, because we want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. And, you know, I'll continue to play this song right through, you know, because, I just especially like that one, you know. Do have yourself a wonderful night. Remember, we do not have the Friday night forum tomorrow night, but that means that we have from Monday straight through to Friday next week with programming, yeah? But we have no Friday night forum. It's the skip week. Yeah, we're skipping this week, yeah. But remember to go back. Those of you that didn't get a chance to see last week's Friday night forum, go on back, take the time this weekend and have a look at it. In fact, I may even set it to rebroadcast, the same program, to rebroadcast tomorrow night at the same time. Huh? So do have yourself a wonderful and safe weekend. Love each and every one of you.
Welcome safely. My